welcome back for another appointment of A Cup of Tea, which is our weekly conversation about soulful fusion belly dance. If you're new here, I'm so excited to have you here. I am La mia Barbara and I am your host. I'm a professional dancer and a dance mentor specialized in Indian fusion belly dance, and my soul's purpose is to help passionate dancers like you master your craft soulfully and feel powerful and confident on and off stage. So today I am truly excited to share with you an extract from my Indian Fusion online program, where I share a lot of lectures and insights for fusion dancers. And in this specific talk, I will be sharing with you a very insightful point of view about fusion dance on how to create creative and respectful fusion. And I think this is a topic which is in the top of the mind of a lot of us within the community, and I truly believe is going to be packed with a lot of value and inspiration for your dance journey. But before we proceed, I am so thrilled to announce, drum roll please, that I'm going to share a very special masterclass, free masterclass, Indian Fusion masterclass on the 20th of January. If you're watching this on 2025, of course, 20th of January 2025, and you are invited. So find the link in the description to join, and I can't wait to dance with you. Enjoy this talk and thank you for being here. We as human beings have a hybrid nature. Even if I grew up in Sicily and I am a daughter of South Italian family, I grew up with very different music, basically a lot of American music, and I made belly dance become my career, my vision, my love for a lot of time, and it still is now. And then I met Indian dance, and then I traveled around the world and I met so many beautiful, incredible people and taste so many beautiful, incredible places, and all of that is within me. Now that I'm here and now talking to you, if I close my eyes, I am in Sicily right now in my home and I'm talking to you, but all those experiences are within me, and I feel myself as a daughter of all of these experiences, in the sense that all of these experiences are shifting the vision of life that I have and my actions in this world. And this also shifts, all of this also shifts, of course, the dance that I present when I'm on stage, or that I present when I dance on my own. So our dances, if we are fusion dancers, are a melting pot, really. Allow me to use these two words, melting pot, of all of our experiences that we collected in our lives. There are people, and I celebrate these people, and I'm grateful to these people that want to preserve tradition. And traditions and people who preserve traditions are so important, so valuable, and need to be respected, and we really need to give a lot of gratefulness for these people. But there are also people who we have this need to step away from tradition, and we want to experiment, we want to find our own voice, we want to allow all of our experiences that we collected in our lives to play through us, to make love through us, inside of us, within us, as we dance, as we act in the world, in the way we dress, in the way we talk, in the way we see the world, in the way we have relationships, in the way we dance on stage or off stage. I'm talking to you dancers, so this talk will be a lot about dance, but as you can see, I love to look at dance not only within the dance context, but also really about life, because for me, art and life are just the same thing. It's like two faces of the same coins. Art and life are two faces of the same coin. And dance and life, art or life as well. So, how to create respectful and creative fusion? First thing, of course, is to be respectful to those who preserve the traditions, because all the dance forms that we study, I'm not only talking about what is considered ethnic in the sense of Oriental or Middle Eastern or Asian. Okay, all of these tags nowadays are just, not even used that much any longer, even though we need words sometimes to express what we perceive and what we experience. But these words are not very well used today, because West and East are just concepts that derive from an Orientalist point of view, but I'm not going into this today. But just to say that when we study any traditional art form, which is not only from the East, even Western art forms are traditional. Okay, let's look at ballet. It's an ethnic traditional art form. It's coming from a specific culture, and it's also bringing forward a specific point of view, a specific aesthetic. It's just the same. And no traditions are something that happened in the past and now it's fixed. If it's fixed, it's going to die, and it probably already died many years ago, centuries ago. And what we have is just a museum of traditions, let's say. But the true tradition is the one that has the connection with the past, but it's present, alive, and shape-shifting even nowadays. So if we again take the example of a ballet, of course it changed so much from its very beginnings until today. And the same happens for all traditional arts from the East as well. Everything is always changing. I can talk from Bharatanatyam, for Indian classical dance from South India, Tamil Nadu. It's so different from what it was not even a century ago, and let's not talk about centuries or millennia ago, okay? It's always shape-shifting and adapting to times, to resist and to survive. So there are people who want to preserve this lineage and this connection with the past and with a specific culture and with a specific aesthetic. And this connection, this linked connection, is something really to be super respectful of and grateful of. But again, there are people who need to step even further away from these traditions, from these lineages, and experiment. But how can we experiment and be respectful? Okay, first let's acknowledge those who hold traditions and lineages, because they are sacred. Really, their role is sacred. And as we grant and we really give our respect and love, we want to study those traditions from a place of respect and deep love. We want to be curious, and we want to be holding for them inside of us a space of bhakti. Bhakti in Sanskrit means devotion. We want to be devoted to those who preserve the art forms, to the elders, and not only to the elders, even to the youngsters, which are giving their best to preserve and honor those traditions. So true respect comes from sense of bhakti, of devotion to these people and to the art forms that they are preserving. And then how to be creative, how to step away from these traditions and find new ways. Of course, stepping away means that you're not anymore part of this lineage. Now you are on your own, and we can find umbrella terms, and that's what we always try to find as human beings. We need umbrella terms, we need tags, we need labels, we need names, because if we don't have a name for something, that something doesn't exist. It's like here in the West, I can talk for Italy, okay? Here in Italy we have one word for white, which is bianco, and we have one white. But then I read that up in the north, in some region in the north, there are peoples and cultures which have like so many different words for the same one word that we have, that is bianco, white. They have the white of the snow which has just fallen, and then the white of the ice, and then the white. They have so many different shades of white. And since they have all these different names, they have an enormous advantage on me on perceiving those different shades. Well, for me, white, bianco, is just white. I just perceive white. So giving names and tags and labels, it's not like a bad thing. We need those names to create that reality. But it's very difficult, especially in the fusion world, because fusion for me, it's this shape-shifting goddess serpentine, which is so elusive, and every time you want to put a label on top, she's like, boom, like, I don't want that. And it's not a she, it's a he, and it's a she. It's like very androgynous, and you cannot hold her any way you want. You can't. So we try to give a name to this art form, and we call it fusion. And maybe we call it Fusion Bellydance, and maybe we call it Indian Fusion Bellydance. But it's a way for us to perceive this reality within us as dancers and as art lovers, and to start to, go deep into these subjects and experience subjects and explore these subjects in depth and further on, and to share inspiration and valuable knowledge. It's like creating a vortex around something. This is the power of words, is to create reality and create a vortex of interest and inspiration, of new insights all around them. So, how to be creative as a fusion dancer? It's not easy to step away from tradition. First, let's be respectful in devotion of cultures and of holders, of lineage altars, of elders, of youngsters that preserve traditions. And let's acknowledge their role as a sacred role. This is the very first step. And then the second step is questioning. Really keep question yourself, your dance, keep questioning those questions, doing those questions over and over. And if you find an answer, don't believe in that. Don't believe in that. Always find new questions to the same answer and new answers to the same question. Just keep researching. This is the very pro tip here, is be in the lab. If you want to be creative, be in the lab. Test, and fail, and fell down on the floor, and rise up again with new awareness, and just keep testing and be in the lab and really experience what is there, because it's a new world. It's like a country you never visited. You don't have a map, and nowhere and no one has a map. So you are an explorer, a very pioneer, not of a dance form, but of your own experience of a dancing body, with all of your experiences, all that is creating this you here and now. Because again, dance, art and life are just the same. And so my tip here is be in the lab. Keep doing questions and keep trying to answer those questions, and if the answer comes, don't believe in that. I mean, say, okay, cool, but I'm gonna question again. And never have certainties. Always new questions. Be curious and stay open to the experience. As a pioneer in a new country, in a new land that no one has ever explored, you don't have a map. You just have your own eyes, your own body, again, your sensuality, your own breath, your own experience, and you want to, of course, enjoy the journey and maybe carve a path for someone else that might walk some step with you, and maybe not, maybe find new step, new ways. So once more, respect comes from devotion, and creativity comes from curiosity. Thank you so much.